Hi, welcome to Bakery Cottage. Today I've made a very heartwarming sausage casserole for tea. And just to complete the really lovely good feeling factor of the whole meal, we're going to make some lovely herby dumplings to go on top. Very, very simple recipe, so I thought I'd just quickly show you how to do it. So in the bowl here I have got 100 grams of self-raising flour. Into that I'm going to mix in 50 grams of butter. So just remember it's half fat to flour, so 100 grams of flour to 50 grams of butter, a bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Now the recipe would ask for fresh herbs. I don't have fresh herbs, so I'm just going to use some dried herbs, which is absolutely fine. And you know what, if you haven't got dried herbs, you can just miss that bit out, so don't worry about that at all. Now very quickly going to get our fingers into the bowl and start rubbing this butter into the flour. We could use a mixer, but come on guys, I thought I'd just show you. Let's get our hands in the flour and get a little bit hands on. This is a great recipe. You can put this on top of some soup. You can, like I'm doing today, put it on top of a nice sausage casserole. I mean, crikey, you could even go along on top of something like a bolognese if you wanted to. So it's a really, really versatile thing to make and adds a really lovely extra to your meal. Good old carbohydrates, everyone needs them, especially this time of year. So they take just 10 minutes to cook, so very, very quick and simple. So basically I've put my casserole in the oven. It's got 10-15 minutes to go, so perfect time to get these dumplings made. So when you've got the butter pretty much rubbed in like that, what you're going to do next is just add 3 to 4 tablespoons of creme fraiche. So just dollop that in, 1, 2, 3. Do you know what guys, let's just finish that tub off. Nothing like having a little bit left in the fridge. So I just finish that off. And we're going to just stir that in. So if you've got a smaller crowd or a couple of you having tea, then obviously just divide the recipe in half. If you're making this for more people, in those times when we can get together with our family and friends again and have people over and you're cooking for more than just your family, then obviously just increase the recipe up again. Okay, so what happens now is we're just going to get our hands in there again and just pull that together. It is quite sticky, has to be said. That's all part of it. Okay, so when you're at about that stage, we're just going to get this board here, get rid of that. Just going to put that last bit of creme fraiche in, because there's a little bit left in that pot. We don't want to waste that. Now that's just, I think, needs a little bit of water adding to that, because the flour still needs a little bit to come around. So I'm just going to get a couple, maybe just a spoonful of water in the creme fraiche. There we go, sort that out. Just to add. You want that to come together. There you go. Perfect. So get some flour on your hands and flour on the board. And what you're going to do, guys, is just pull that together in some nice dumpling-sized balls. Not quite sure what a dumpling-sized ball is, but it's about that size. Just rub it in a bit of flour so it's not so sticky. Now we've just got the 4 of us eating this tonight. So just a couple of dumplings each, I think will be perfect. Let's make a couple more for you to see, and then I'll show you how we're going to put them into our stew. And it'll all be ready for us to eat in about 10 or 15 minutes time. So I won't bore you with making all of those up. What I will do is just go and get the stew out of the oven, and I will show you how they go on the top of that. I'll take that off my hands. Okay, so here's the sausage casserole coming out of the oven. It's looking good, guys, it's looking good. So that's got sausages and leeks and butternut squash, sweet potato, onions. Do you know what? It had whatever we had in the cupboard because that's how we're cooking at the moment. Just got to use it up. We don't want to go to the shops. We're just going to use what we've got in the cupboard. Okay, so even for a vegetarian, that does smell quite nice. Obviously, if you are vegetarian, you can just leave out the sausages or use vegetarian sausages. So in go our lovely Herby dumplings, and as you can see, I've made up the rest of them. It's the fluke of the camera. So they're just going to go in like that. You just kind of push them down a little bit into those juices, but you don't want them to drown. Don't drown, dumplings, don't drown. Okay, soak that into there. Okay, there we are. Put the lid back on, and that's going back into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Just gives you enough time to cook the vegetables and get all those lovely things ready for a really wonderful, heartwarming supper or lunch. Enjoy, my lovely friends. And while you are enjoying the recipe, please make sure you pop over to our YouTube channel if you're not there already, and hit like and subscribe. My teenage sons don't believe that I can get followers on my YouTube channel, so please help me prove them wrong. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a lovely day.